Welcome back to the Tool Crib. Today we're going to be talking about the Zippo Bit Safe, which I have seen for a long time, but I've neglected to purchase it until recently. And I'm kind of glad that I did, because this is actually a pretty good solution for carrying auxiliary driver bits that you'll use within your multi-tool. So the Zippo Bit Safe is a replacement insert for a standard Zippo case. And what it comes with is a number 1 Phillips, a number 2 Phillips, a number 2 flat, and a T25 Torx. Pretty common bits, but the great thing about this is you can switch these out for whichever bit is more advantageous for you to carry. For example, in my case, I would like to be able to carry number 1, number 2 Robinson on me. I like the T25. I also run into a lot of T25 Torx. That would be a good solution for me. Now, the reason I like this is because unlike some other solutions for carrying auxiliary bits on board, because it houses in a smooth Zippo case, first of all, it doesn't take up a large footprint. Second, it doesn't have any of the bits exposed. So if they're in your pocket, they're not running in, jabbing you in the thigh or something. They come in a standard, or you able to put them in a standard Zippo case, which is very smooth on the outer edges, and it's small enough where it will fit into a watch pocket. Now, for those of you that watch the channel know that I carry a Leatherman Surge as my EDC. Leathermans come with their proprietary bits. This is a number 1, number 2 combo Phillips and a 3/16 flat driver. Now, the Leatherman bits are notorious for being very soft. And so if you're on a fastener that is more stubborn, it's very easy to cam these out and ruin the bit, because they're just not as robust as standard bits. So my solution to that is to carry a bit extender, and I use Wiha double-sided bits. This came out of a replacement set for the technician screwdriver. This is a combo number 1, number 2 Phillips, which is the bit that I will encounter, or the driver that I need more often than not. Now, the great thing about these particular bits is that they are almost perfectly sized for the same size as the Leatherman bits. And so because the Leatherman extensions have a deeper recess to them, when you set them in there, they stick out a little bit further because of the length of the bit. If we were to use a standard bit, and let's just pull out the number 2 Phillips here. If we set a standard bit in there, they recess quite deeply in there. And then the magnet in here is pretty strong, so the retention on that Leatherman bit or Leatherman extension is very, very strong. So these house in there extremely well, to the point sometimes where I actually have to use the pliers just to give it a little nudge to be able to pull it out a little bit, because they recess so deeply. If they didn't recess that deeply, you could get more purchase on it and be able to pull them out. So while it's not a perfect solution, this one seems to work for me. Now, what would make the Bit Safe even better, in my opinion, because I think they probably have the length, and I actually purchased 2 of these because I'm thinking about trying to modify this one in order to be able to carry the larger extensions here. If I can get this insert pulled out and then be able to glue magnets, a smaller magnet up at the top, and allow the length of these double-sided bits, this would be an absolutely fantastic solution for me personally, because then it gives me the ability to carry the bits that work best in my extension, and I would be able to carry 7 drivers here, a standard one up top, and then 3 additional Wihas with the one that I carry in my extension, giving me a total of, so that'd be 8, 9, plus whatever I have on the multi-tool itself. I like this solution for somebody, if that's not a concern of yours, the depth that those engage into the extension, then this is a very nice solution. Now, it is limited because you're only getting 4 extra drivers, but it's comfortable to carry, and it doesn't add too much to your load out to your EDC. Now, I have talked about other solutions for carrying auxiliary bits with you. One in particular is the railers. The railers are really great at carrying auxiliary bits, but they really are not a good solution for EDC, in my personal opinion, at least not for me, for carrying them on my person. And so what I do is I clip this on my Vito Pro Pack, which houses a lot of my layout equipment, layout tools, and some electrical tools. And I find it a very good solution for carrying auxiliary bits with me that are both impact rated, so I can use them in a driver if I wanted to, or for the occasional one or two that I could pull these out and be able to use them in my extension. And they work really well in the Leatherman extension because of the extended length of these things. So pull that out, and then I get a true screwdriver with quite a bit of reach. But it's not a good solution for carrying as an EDC item because they're very bulky. And obviously carrying this to something like this in a pocket is not going to be a great solution because you're always going to have these bits poking against you. Now, there are other solutions out there, but none that I've seen to date that are quite as compact and as efficient as carrying them in the Zippo Bit Safe. I really like the fact that they are completely covered. I like the fact that they have magnetic retention in every one of the bit holders, so they're not rattling around, first of all, and it's easy to carry. My philosophy in EDC is that I have to be able to justify carrying it. If it's something that I'm going to use on a daily or at least a several time, weekly use, then I'll consider carrying it. If I'm not, then it's something that I'll try to keep close by, whether that be in my Vito Pro Pack or in my truck or in a number of other solutions, but I won't carry it on my person. I truly believe in the value of a multi-tool, and because I know what it's saved me in time over the years, and being able to have some extra bits on me would have greatly increased my productivity, or not having to run back and forth to the truck or the trailer or the toolbox or what have you in order to get the proper screwdriver when all I need was to loosen one quick fastener. Now, if I have a lot of stuff to do, obviously you just go get the right tool for the job, but for the occasional thing, multi-tools are really great in that regard. So this is a nice solution. If I could figure out a way in order to get my double-sided Wiha bits in there to carry additional drivers, it would be even better. I'm going to work on that and see if I can't make that happen. But for me, the Zippo Bit Safe is probably one of the most elegant solutions for carrying auxiliary driver bits with you in a comfortable manner that are not too bulky and are not going to be poking you all the time. I think it's a really good value for this. It runs about $15. Sometimes you can find them on sale for about $12. And if you have Zippo lighters, of course, you have to have a case in order to put them in. So if you don't have access to one, then you're talking about pretty much the cheapest Zippo you can get is about $10. So you will have to invest a little bit of money in order to make that happen. It's not an inclusive thing where it comes with the case itself as well. But they're pretty easy to come by. They're pretty ubiquitous. You can find a $10 case at Walmart all day long. So I like this solution. It may not work for everybody, but at any rate, I wanted to show you the Zippo Bit Case or Bit Safe. And for those that are interested in it, I think this is a solution that could work really, really well for a lot of people. My name is Ben. You've been watching the Texas Tool Crib. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next one.